Welcome back to Edenize, Stewards of Eden. My name is Daniel. Thank you for watching. In the last episode, we talked about how I had coexisting beliefs, but I didn't know if it was possible for all of them to converge on one ideology. That's what we will be discussing in this episode. But first, I want to inform you, if you wish to support this channel, I have a Patreon. Just search Daniel McCormick on Patreon, and I have ways to support me for as little as $1 a month. Also, I have a hoodie company called The Word Woven. It is a extremely high quality hoodie that has custom designs made by me, and they share scriptures on the back. These hoodies are all 100% organic cotton, so they never have been sprayed with pesticides or insecticides. The hoodies are 420 grams per square meter, which most hoodies on the market today are around 200 grams per square meter. So this hoodie is twice as heavy and durable. The going rate for hoodies like this is $200. However, I don't want to be greedy and I want as many people to have access and enjoy these amazing hoodies. So check it out in the link to description or go to thewordwoven.com. Thank you. Back to the show. As a Christian, vegetarian, urbanist who believes in rewilding, dark sky, blue zones, and homesteading, is there a way to consolidate all of these beliefs? That's what we will discuss right now. At this point in my life, my YouTube algorithm is full of amazing creators such as RM Transit, City Nerd, Climate in Transit, Strong Towns, Oh the Urbanity, Stuart Hicks, City Beautiful. I am loving everything that I am learning and consuming from these amazing creators, and I hope to one day be able to sit down and talk with all of them personally on this very YouTube channel. However, the other half of my videos is titles such as My 5-Acre Homestead. These yards look like paradise, and they don't have a grocery bill. This has to be the way. This is how I want to live and how I want to raise my kids. But as I'm watching these videos, I can't help but to notice there's so much wasted space. So naturally, I search 2.5-acre homestead, and to my surprise, I find videos of people growing lush and diverse gardens. But there's still space that I can see that I personally would consolidate and change. And so I search 1-acre homestead, and then half-acre homestead, and lastly, the 1/4-acre homestead. That's just barely bigger than my in-laws' property. And these people are growing phenomenal, low-maintenance gardens. And then a light bulb moment happened. I can have a true off-grid homestead with no grocery bill and live in a city with trains, buses, bike lanes, and pedestrian neighborhoods. This is huge. But I truly wanted to make my home a blue zone. And this brought up questions such as, what about air pollution and light pollution? And would I get enough nature therapy? As a Denver resident, I am roughly 90 minutes from the world-class Rocky Mountain National Park that hosts bison, elk, deer, moose, black bear, lynx, wolverine, mountain lion. And new, they are now home to wolves. True wilderness. True wilderness. The only pre-Columbus native that is missing is the brown bear. And I'm hopeful that one day brown bears will be reintroduced, and then truly the Rocky Mountain National Park will be returned to pre-Columbian true wilderness. However, the park that I personally find the most impressive is the Rocky Mountain Arsenal Park. It borders the city limits. It is within the metro, and it is 15,000 acres of bison, elk, eagles, beavers, pronghorn, prairie dogs, and even the beautiful and successful reintroduction of the endangered black-footed ferret. This is truly phenomenal example of how close wilderness can come to our cities. Now, there are cons such as these animals are fenced in, so it's debatable if they're actually wild, since they lack the connections to other wild places, or if they're just the most well-managed wild zoo animals in America. But either way, this gives me hope. But what of light pollution? You can't claim to have Eden without the Milky Way. Well, unfortunately, Denver is class 8 out of 9 on the Bortle scale, which the Bortle scale is how scientists measure light pollution in an area. It goes from 1 all the way to 9, with 1 being a completely naked sky and there being no light pollution on a new moon. With 9 being like cities such as New York, Chicago, LA, and Tokyo. These places, you really can't even see a single star. They are completely outcompeted by the city lights. So Denver is a class 8 out of 9, so it is absolutely glowing in all the wrong ways. However, that's what's so exciting. If Denver can successfully fight light pollution, it would be the largest dark sky city in the world and could be a model for other cities to follow. And what about air pollution? With major highways such as I-25 and I-70 and I-76, there's definitely a lot of air pollution. However, I think there's hope for Denver, and a lot of cities in the world can make changes to fight these things. So is there an Edenize city in the world today? No, not that I know of, and certainly not in America. But I do believe that we will get an Edenize city in my lifetime. And I personally want to devote the rest of my life to trying to design and consult and help people to build their personal Edens. And hopefully we can convert the world into an Eden one person at a time, potentially one town at a time, and potentially one county at a time. With that being said, that is the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I do have a Patreon, Daniel McCormick, or you can support the channel by going to thewordwoven.com. And in exchange for supporting me and my channel, and hopefully my goal of starting a charity one day, you, in exchange, get a super dope hoodie. So, with that being said, thank you for listening. See you next time.